I've been copy trading some pro traders using Bitget's platform, and today I'm going to share with you all my tips, tricks, and lessons learned. Just FYI, Bitget is a sponsor of our channel, but I'm not here to tell you that copy trading is some amazing thing that's guaranteed to make you profits, because that's definitely not the case. I think it can be one strategy that you use out of many strategies in your broader toolbox. After all, there are some key advantages to using copy trading. Like, I'm a newbie trader, right? I can admit that. So I usually just buy and hold or maybe short to hedge, but sometimes it can be profitable to swing trade. And here's the thing. Just because I'm a newbie trader doesn't mean there aren't pro traders out there who do this for a living and are way more skilled than I am. So what if there was a way to follow their trades so that every time they trade, we trade? Well, that's exactly what copy trading is. And the beauty of it is that incentives are aligned on both sides. Newbies get to choose which pro traders to follow, and the process is semi hands-off or passive for us. They are the ones who have to sit at their screens and analyze the charts, not us. And the pro traders get a huge benefit too, because they get a cut of the profits that they generate for their followers. So these pro traders have a huge incentive to perform well, because if they build a solid track record, they can attract more followers to join them, so it's like a win-win situation for both sides. But one thing you gotta keep in mind is that even though these are more experienced traders, it doesn't mean they're gods. They can get on a losing streak or potentially even get liquidated. I mean, we've seen some top hedge funds or god tier traders lose sometimes. So don't come in here thinking that it's gonna be easy non-stop profits. That's just not the case with trading in general. But if you copy the right traders, choose your risk management settings properly, and just get a good feel for the platform, then you can maximize your chances of success. That's the only guarantee there is. Now, in just a minute, we're gonna jump into their platform and talk strategy. But first, we gotta talk about Bitget, the exchange that offers this feature. They launched in 2018 and they're quite established now. If you go to CoinMarketCap's ranking of derivatives exchanges, they are in the top 5 in terms of volume. They boast over 2 million users and close to 10 billion in daily trading volume. Maybe the reason why they have these amazing stats is because they don't require KYC, and also they offer some of the lowest trading fees out there. So yeah, I personally think Bitget is quite legit and established. That's why I agreed to work with them in the first place. But now it's time for the fun stuff. Let's hop into the platform and take a look. All right, so I'm logged in and I'm gonna click here, copy trade on Bitget. And look, there's all these different traders that you can copy. It looks a little bit overwhelming, but basically you can see their ROI, their total profit and loss, assets under management, followers, and if they're full or not. I do want to say that you shouldn't focus on these high level numbers too much, because they don't necessarily mean that they're the best trader for you to follow, okay? So you don't necessarily need to just pick the ones with the highest AUM or the highest total P&L. That's not the right strategy in my honest opinion. And also, some of them are full, right? They cap it at a certain number of followers that they want. You can go hide full to see which ones that are open right now. But I do want to say that you shouldn't settle for a trader. Like, find a few that you like, and if they're full, then it's okay. You can wait for them if you just click into them, and then you can click on slot reminder, but you have to be pretty quick because other people might be waiting too. So if you get a reminder, you gotta sign up and start following them real quick. But in general, you can click into each one and look at their stats, right? You want them to be active. You want them to have a longer track record that's not just like a really short, they've been around for 2 weeks type of thing. You want to look closely at their orders. You can click into their orders and see what they've done in the past and see like the amount of leverage, open price, close price, how long each one was open, P&L ratio. Like this one got some big gains, but then he was still shorting when the market went up a little bit, but it's mostly been pretty high returns. So you want to find some that know how to manage risk too, right? Like if you see that they have some really long trades open and it's just going the wrong way, the losses are piling up, then it could mean that they don't know what they're doing in terms of setting a take profit or stop loss, right? So you want to look at these actual trades, at the details, to see kind of if they are putting stuff that makes sense. Some traders also do higher leverage, like some do 50x. Some do 5x, way less. So keep that in mind. And also some trade at much higher frequency, like some put in a few trades every minute, like every single day. Others take their time, they wait for the entry point, and they maybe do like 1 or 2 a day, right? So it varies a lot. And something else is that you can see their preference, right? This guy likes to trade with ETH USDT, but there's a lot of different contracts that he could use, like all these other ones too. So there's not necessarily one trading style that's better than the other, but it's just something you'll have to investigate for yourself. Try copying some of different ones and see what works best for you, right? Like I said, there's no magic bullet, or else everyone would do that and leave the other traders. But let's say that you've found some traders that you like and it's open. So let's click in and then click follow. So there's a lot of things you can follow with, but I would just personally unclick it until like BTC, USDT, ETH, like the main ones, right? And then you have to transfer your funds. You have to deposit some in your spot account and use this to transfer funds over. And then follow mode, you can follow with however much margin you want. Like I said, you can follow with as much as you want. But the next part is the most important, this risk management, right? Like what is your stop loss ratio? How much loss in a particular trade before you want to get stopped out? And when do you want to take profits? You can set that also. Maximum follow, this one should be low, like start really, really low, especially if you're only putting in like a couple hundred or a couple thousand. Then you don't want like a max copy of like 30,000 USDT, because if they go crazy on the leverage side, then it could just eat into like all your profits, all of your capital in one trade, right? So you want this to be really small. And you could type it in too, right? It's anywhere between 1 and 50,000. So let's say 500 and then confirm and next. Okay, well, this one has been reached, but you get the idea. And when that's done, you are officially copying a trader, but that doesn't mean you're going to enter any position immediately necessarily, right? Like if they wait until the next day or the next week before they get an entry point that they like, then you're just going to be sitting and waiting until they enter a trade, and then the system matches it for you. So just keep that in mind. You're not doing anything wrong necessarily, but you can click into here. This is just like a sample account, right? So you can ignore that, but here are some history, like 5x. I told you there can be less leverage, 5x, 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 and here was some more, 50x. It's not always high leverage. It depends on the trader you follow. This was BTC, this was ETH, and then my trader, this Donsu guy, has made 45 USDT profit so far. If you want to change anything, you can click on edit and you can change the amount, change stop loss, take profit, maximum follow. And then if you want to ever unfollow, you can do that here as well. All right, so taking a step back, my highest level tip is just to start small and start slow and get a good feel for this. That is the best way to optimize your chances at profits here. There's no shortcuts. You can't just dive in and go YOLO copying some random trader and expect massive gains. If you are able to get that, it would be blind luck because that's just gambling. But anyways, if you want to try it out, go use my links in the description and you can get a discount on your trading fees plus some additional trial funds depending on how much you deposit. See ya!